Okay, as you can see, I've already added my clips, my MIDI clips. I show you how to do that tutorial. So they're already here. And the first thing I want to do is I want to create two new virtual instrument tracks or instrument tracks. So I'm going up to New. In this case, I'm going to click Create Two. And I'm going to do stereo, since the Garritan will only show up in stereo. I'm going to go Instrument Tracks. And the difference between ticks and samples, I haven't really talked about that. Tick time based has to do with metronome. Clicking it will line up to the ticks. Usually you want to work with ticks unless you have a sample audio, and then it's going to work off your samples as far as keeping time. But ticks are usually the way to go, especially working with MIDI and anything with a click track based assignment. So I'm going to create. There's my two tracks. Now notice I'm in the edit window, not in the mix window. We've done a lot of this in mix window. And I'm just going to label these piano right hand. Go next, piano left hand. I can spell piano would be nice. Oh my gosh. If I could type would be nice. Left hand. And go OK. Now for this, I want to make sure that my inserts and input output are selected, so are showing. So in this case they are, but just to double check, you can click up here, make sure they're in the, so I have my inserts A and E showing and my input output showing. I'm going to set my input output to both channels. It should be the default to channel 1 and 2. Now I'm going to add a track or a virtual instrument to my piano track. So I'm going to go up to Insert A, and I'm going to go to Multi-Channel Plugin. In this case I'm going Instrument, and I'm going to go down. And I'm going to select Aria Player Stereo. So here's my Aria Player, and again you might be loading something different, but for me to load an instrument, all I have to do is click on the track right here, and I'm going to go to GPO Standard, and I'm going to want a keyboard, and I'm going to select my Steinway piano. So there it is in channel 1, and this is telling me this is MIDI channel 1. And I've created two instrument tracks, so that's going to be my right hand. Now this is going to be my left hand. I'm just going to go back and load another keyboard patch in here. And in this case, Steinway piano again. Now notice down here I have a mixing board, so this will actually allow me to control the volume of my individual MIDI track. So I can do that within the Garritan, because you're not going to be able to do it in Pro Tools the way we have this set up. So I don't need that anymore. You're not going to hear it because I only have headphones connected to this, but boom. So there it is showing up into my inserts. So now I know that this track is going to play back my piano right hand. So if I take my piano right hand, click on it once, I'll make sure I have the hand grabber tool, which I do, and I'm just going to grab it down and slide it all the way over to the left. Whoops. There you go. It's there. Now if I hit play, okay, you see how this is actually playing. The Aria Player is triggering the sounds. If I had speakers hooked up, you'd hear the piano. All right. Now if I take and click and drag my left-hand piano down into my track, whoops, there it is again. Now notice it's grayed out because it's telling me it's not assigned to any virtual instrument, where this one actually has some color. So if I play these back, I'm not going to hear anything. So what I want to do is I want to assign piano left hand to my Aria Player, and what I could do is go right here to my MIDI input output and go Aria Player 1 and select channel 2, because that's going to be my left hand. So now I actually have channel 1 and channel 2. Notice how all of a sudden it turned green. Now when I hit play, notice it's playing right here, but both my tracks are playing out of the left hand piano. Now why do I want to, I could set up another virtual instrument here and have it, you know, controlled totally separate, but what happens is you're saving a lot of RAM when you can assign just you know, one virtual instrument, then assign different instrument tracks to that virtual instrument. You'll notice that in the Garritan, when I click on it, you can actually assign up to 16 empty slots, so you have 16 virtual instruments that you could assign to the piano. So you might want to set up, you know, this, rename this keyboards or keyboard instruments or anything. And when you click on this, you'll hear it. So that's how you set up a virtual instrument in Pro Tools.